Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Capital City Baptist Church. Our reading for today is found in Isaiah 9:2, and it reads like this: The people who walked in darkness have seen a great light. Greetings, everyone. Again, welcome to Friday and also the first day of the glorious and wonderful month of December. Today, we start the countdown towards our annual celebration of Christmas. Although certainly the department stores, big warehouse stores, and the like have certainly not been silent about Christmas and all the merchandise that can be bought in celebration of it, we as believers especially look forward to the season because of what it truly means to us. For you see, there was a time when people walked in great darkness. Great darkness indeed. There is nothing worse than finding yourself lost in a situation where you cannot see where you're going. Some years ago, my bride and I took a trip to Las Vegas to spend a few days with family who live there. We took off with not a care in the world. Our children were being watched by her mother and my brother-in-law. Our car had a full tank of gas. We had our bags with our clothes, some snacks to consume along the way just in case. As far as we knew, we were ready and eager to get to our destination. We were thinking, sometime past midnight or so we'd be there. Well, one thing we didn't bother to check with was the weather. Although it was certainly not warm, it wasn't that cold either. And though it had rained just a day or two before our departure, the skies seemed quite clear. At least in Elk Grove they did. But the closer we got to the Mojave and Tehachapi, the fog became more and more dense to the point that we could not see 1 foot beyond our car hood. Cars were pulling off the road to avoid causing or getting into a collision since the visibility was just not there. My wife and I were not exactly feeling confident at that point. Frankly, we were a little scared. We had seen thick fog in Half Moon Bay and Pacifica many a time, but those were small stretches of area that we knew well enough to navigate. Not this area. It was flat, it was long, and it was impossible to see anything, and it was night. Needless to say, our plan to get to our destination did not happen until late the next day. The experience of having been in such darkness came back to me as I pondered over our scripture reading today. Imagine for a moment what it must be like to not know what will happen to us when our last breath is taken. To be honest, I cannot fathom such a horrific state of being. I cannot for a minute absorb the idea of being without hope. My life is so intertwined in the Lord that the idea of being without Him is frankly terrifying. It astounds me how day in and day out, people, young and old, embrace a life of sin, promiscuity, lust, absolute rejection of God. And then there are the celebrity rejectors of God who at one time professed belief in Him, but then became enlightened and departed from Him. Enlightened? I would say disenlightened. Those who have become smarter or wiser, the Bible states that they have become like fools. Why? Because they have made a complete reversal from what is right and holy to darkness and sin. And so, my beloved church family and friends, let us take heed, and may we not take our eyes off of the Lord, and let us not take for granted that the scales from our eyes have been removed. We, the people who have walked once in darkness, have seen a great light. May we serve Him well, our everlasting light, until He comes. Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful weekend, and I look forward to seeing you on Sunday if the Lord wills.